What's up, guys? Welcome to Bet the Day for June 3rd. Hope everyone's doing well and hope everyone is ready to make some money. Sorry, guys, we're a little earlier than usual today, actually a couple hours earlier. We'll be beginning our trek down to Dallas. We'll be working out at the 3-Team Parlay studio for the next month, so very excited about that. But shows are going to be moved up over the next couple days. We're going to start at 8 a.m. today, 8 a.m. tomorrow, most likely. We'll be back to 10 a.m. on Sunday, and then Monday will be at 8 a.m., and then the rest of the month will be 10 a.m. normal time. We're also going to be starting a night show as well. So you got extra time to interact with me, interact with our 3-Team Parlay community and all that. So it should be good stuff. Money Man Rich 215 morning. How you doing? How you doing, guys? Appreciate everyone filing on here, coming on early, getting your day started with me. See if we can win some money today. Yesterday we were 3-3. How about the Celtics, though? How about the Celtics at +4 last night? Should have taken a money line. I don't know if you guys saw the ticket. There was a $10 ticket that won $3,000 for them to win by 11 plus last night. I don't know if it was a live bet or not. I didn't really look into the ticket that much, but that was pretty impressive stuff there. Boston was just, they played great. They hung in there. They stayed tough, and they found a way to win the fourth quarter, which is a sign of good teams too. So we'll break down that game. We'll break down all our bets from yesterday, talk about today. Might be a little bit of a quicker show depending on how many people we have on today, but still going to be a good one. Still going to be some fun, and we'll get the picks in there as usual, guys. So before we get into the show, though, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching over this, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, go to TikTok, follow us on there, guys. Join Discord. Discord, #1 place to interact with me, interact with our community every day. They were talking picks in there at like freaking 3 a.m. today. So if you want picks from not just me, my community, get on Discord right now. It's a great spot. Links in the bio for that. And then we also have merch coming. The merch will be available in the next couple days. So we will be showcasing that throughout the course of the show. So appreciate everyone for joining early. Let's get into it. So probably should talk Celtics Warriors first. I mean, Celtics won 120-108. If you guys have any takes on the game, throw them in the chat. I know there's less people on here than usual this morning, but the Warriors came out really, really strong. Celtics hung tough. And a lot of people thought Boston was going to get blown out after the first quarter. I wasn't really one of those people. Was I worried? Yeah. I mean, I felt the heart pumping a little bit, but at the same time too, it's like, Steph Curry set a 3-point record in the first quarter, and the Celtics were only down 4. Jason Tatum, you got no production from him. You barely got any production from him throughout the whole night. He was a big assist guy last night. Wasn't the point scorer, wasn't the rebounder. But still, you didn't get much production from him in the first quarter as it was, and the Celtics were still 4 points down. You go to the second quarter, Curry has no points, and the Celtics are 2 points up. Obviously, the third quarter belonged to Golden State, and then the fourth quarter, they just blew them out. So it was fun to see. Black Frank, how we doing, man? Miguel Garcia, 578. Hello, good morning. How we doing? Boston had a terrible third quarter, getting outscored 38-24, but the fourth quarter, they outscored Golden State 40-16. Now, if you put a live bet in on Celtics at that point, you must have been in pretty good shape. Sharky, how we doing, Sharky? What's up, Sharky? Derek White was the star of the fourth quarter along with Al Horford. Smart hit a couple daggers at the end, but the Celtics made like 10 straight shots at one point. So that was pretty impressive to see. I mean, the only issue is that I have as a Celtics bettor, as a Celtics fan, there's a lot of room for improvement. Coach Craig, how we doing? Boston, how we doing? There's a lot of room for improvement here with this team. But at the same time, they still shot 51.2% from the three-point line. They shot 50.6% from the field. Golden State did not play bad by any means. Obviously, they fell apart late. Obviously, some of their big-time players didn't come to play. But it scares me that the Celtics shot 50-something% from the three-point line because that's not going to be replicatable. I don't know what the word is, but that's going to be tough to do, very tough to do. They won their points in the paint by 12. They played a very good game. When you look at Golden State, though, last night, honestly, it was really the Steph Curry show. They have a lot of room for improvement as well. I mean, Wiggins had 20. The Celtics shut down Draymond Green. Let Draymond Green do that whole coast-to-coast stuff he was trying to do last night. Let him shoot every single ball that he has, because overall he ain't going to make them. Jordan Poole did nothing off the bench. Clay only had 15 points, right? So it really was a good night for the Celtics. It was the perfect storm. And then once Steph Curry got quiet, the Celtics weren't going to lose that game. Warriors now. So here's a nice little tidbit for you. You can get Warriors +1.5 right now, I believe, spread wise for -115. Celtics are now the heavy favorite to win the series after winning game one. It's tough to go to Golden State and win a game. Like, teams have not been able to do that in the playoffs. And it's exactly what the Celtics did last night. Whether you want to say the Warriors blew the game or the Celtics won the game, it doesn't matter. The Celtics still up 1-0 in the score in the standings there, right? So when I look at last night, I think it's a positive for the Boston Celtics that they were able to go in and find a way to win. They played very good. They shot 50% from the field, but there is a lot of room for improvement, honestly. You got to play better. Boston is great on the road. Yes, Boston is 100%. They are great, and they're great at home, too. They're a very good basketball team, honestly. And, they're going to be tough to beat, even from Golden State. I look at the Celtics last night, a couple things they need to improve on. Obviously, there were a lot of times when Curry got loose early in the game. That can't happen. I mean, if Curry didn't drop 34 or whatever he did and, have a great first quarter, it wouldn't have been a game. Lover to Trish, why are you up so early? I'm up so early because I'm going to Dallas today, leaving for Dallas. We're actually driving down there to work out of the studio for the next month. So I'll have my car down there and all that. So the show's going to be early today, tomorrow, and then Monday it'll also be early. And then we're at 10 a.m. the rest of the time. Just got to hope the Warriors have an off series. Yeah, but again, the Celtics are pretty damn good. I still don't think the Celtics are getting the respect that they deserve. They're a very good basketball team. They're very good on defense. For them to keep Clay, I mean, I know Clay's up and down, but for them to keep Clay to 15 points, Jordan Poole did not do anything off the bench. Steph Curry was the only guy that really beat them last night. And I guess Andrew Wiggins as well, but Wiggins is a tough player to defend, but Curry was the only guy that I would say really beat them last night. And there were a lot of points where if you watch some film, you make some adjustments, they're going to be able to shut down Curry on some of those shots. Like they were dry. I remember there was one play where Marcus Smart got picked and then Robert Williams dropped and let Steph Curry shoot the basketball. You got to go up and attack him. And they started adjusting to that, and then Curry had trouble. Agree. The Celtics are great. I did a breakdown in the Discord, but the key matchup is going to be but the key matchup is, and you know what? Curry versus Smart. Yeah, 100%. I think Smart did a good job at some points. Smart wasn't really even in for a good chunk of the end of the game there. And he came in and made some dagger shots. You need more out of Jason Tatum, too. You really need more out of Jason Tatum. Your YouTube is exploding with comments. It's not. Let's see. Matthew Markland. Douglas E. Dill told me to ask you who had a good night's sleep. He also wants me to ask you shit the bed. I didn't shit the bed last night. We were 3-3. We found we were even. Celtics getting the win was good. Getting started early today. Yeah, so we're going to start early today, tomorrow, and then Monday. We have to do it. We're driving down to Dallas, so content had to get pushed up a little bit. Also today at 4:30, guys, we'll be doing this live from the road. 4:30, Celtics tattoo guy, Jack Bienvenu, is going to be on our show live. 4:30, guys, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you see that, guys. The kid's going viral with the Celtics 2022 World Champs tattoo. I was chatting with him a little bit yesterday, so very excited to have him on. I bet he's fired up after that win last night more than anyone, because that'd be legendary status right there. So yeah, I don't know if whatever you guys have a take here, you can let me know. But did the Celtics steal the game or did the Warriors blow the game? I think when the Celtics made their shots down the stretch, it might have been a little bit of luck, but it was also at the same point, I think they earned the game. They fought, and there's a lot of room for the Celtics to improve. What's up, my guy? I got some wins yesterday off you. Appreciate the picks. No problem, man. No problem. 4:30 is going to be on both platforms. It's probably only going to be on YouTube. But I will make that clear on TikTok just because it's good. Like, I want you to be able to see him. I guess I could, let you stream it. I guess I could let you stream it and hear him, but I want you to be able to see him. So probably YouTube. I'll drop that link. The link's always in the description. Bro, could have won $15K if I went with your Boston team. I just ordered 5 Curry jerseys so I can burn them with my son is born. Yeah, that sucks, man. But you know what, Boston, I'm sure it looked good. And that for Warriors better last night, it was definitely an up and down game. It was an up and down game for Boston fans too. I was surprised the Celtics came back and won, but once they started hitting shots and they got it within 5 there, I was like, okay, I feel good about this. Celtics wait for the perfect moment, earn the game, but should be worried that made Steph mad. Mad Steph is just different. LOL, it's good. Hit all baseball. There you go. Love that. A mad Steph is different, but like, again, Steph Curry set freaking records last night. Like, what more are you going to get from Steph Curry? Obviously, he went quiet in the second quarter. He went quiet, and there were points where he was quiet last night. But what more are you going to get from Steph Curry? What more? I mean, yeah, he only had 5 assists last night, but the Celtics, when he made some of those 3-pointers, he was wide open in space. He's not going to miss those. You need to make defensive adjustments there. But overall, man, I don't know what more you're going to get out of Steph Curry, a mad Steph. I mean, what are you going to get out of Klay Thompson? Klay Thompson needs to drop more than 15, and he's capable of doing it. Andrew Wiggins needs to be as good as he has been, and Jordan Poole needs to be a lot better off the bench. So, there's room for both teams to improve, which is going to be interesting going in. Now we have 2 days in between games, right? So that for the finals, Sunday is going to be the next game. So we'll see what happens there. Bro, trust me, we say this all the time. More he brings, more than he brings, more element. I don't know how or where, but he drops 50 to 60 one of these games. And guys, the Warriors are going to win games. But again, I can sit here and tell you this. I can counter you, Black Frank 33 with this, man. It's like, what did you get from Jason Tatum last night? You got nothing from Jason Tatum. You got assists, which is important, I guess, but you got nothing from Jason Tatum. Now, obviously, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, they played very well. Al Horford had 26. He was making 3-point dimes all night, but you didn't get anything from Jason Tatum, and that's Boston Celtics guy. So, what more can Curry dropped 34? Jason Tatum barely did anything last night, scoring wise, and he is a scorer, right? He's got to be. I thought he would be a little more aggressive last night than he was. So, I think Tatum's going to be fine in this series. I think Steph Curry is going to continue to bring it. But again, it's going to come down to the role players, right? I mean, Boston's role players stepped up big last night. How funny would it be if it ends in 4? That would be pretty funny. My fault. I'm looking from the prop aspect. Curry is going to be money. Oh yeah, you were right. I mean, you commented on my post saying the Curry was going to go over, and you were 100% right there. 100% right. I'm that was dead in the first quarter. I thought Tatum would have a better night, but again, Gabe Juarez for there. Tatum was not aggressive at all. In no way was Tatum aggressive last night. I thought that was a big issue for the Celtics. He needed to be a lot more aggressive than he was. He was more of a passer. I mean, things weren't going his way. Rebounding wise, he was not great. So it just was not a good night for Jason Tatum overall, but he made plays happen. I mean, some nights you're going to have that, but like when the Celtics are playing their best basketball, obviously last night they played very good basketball, but everyone was making shots. Jason Tatum was the one orchestrating it. I gave someone over 29.5 points, 3+, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. He missed by 1 assist, and it was crazy. Yeah, that would have been a big parlay hit right there. I don't know if you guys saw that ticket that the guy didn't place. Like it was like Steph Curry first basket, Steph Curry, whatever over the point, Steph Curry 5+ 3-pointer. Someone didn't place it. It was like $100 would have won thousands, and they didn't play it. Attack the basket, looking to pass. Yeah, I mean, he was looking to pass last night. I need Tatum to score. It's a funny thing. I heard this quote from Coach K. It was when Tatum was playing, I believe it was Virginia Tech. I'm not sure. It might have been Virginia on the road when he was at Duke. And, Coach K told him, hey, stop being you're a sorry ass kid from St. Louis or something. I should have left you where I found you. And Jason Tatum came out and dropped 20 something in the second half, and he was fantastic, right? Like I didn't see that aggression from him. Jason Tatum is the star. He needs to shoot the ball. He needs to find opportunities. Granted, everyone stepped up for the Celtics, but you're going to have that game where Jason Tatum's going to have to be the guy and go out and win you a basketball game because he is the guy. So we'll see what happens there. He had a bunch of assists. Big Al went crazy. Tatum did have a bunch. Tatum was great. I had Tatum first shot of the game, bro. He did me so crazy. That air ball, like, hey, listen, I love Jason Tatum. I'm a big Jason Tatum guy, but how many freaking air balls does this guy shoot? Like he always opens up games with air balls, and then the shots he makes are fantastic. I don't want to get after Jason Tatum, but like he opened the game with an air ball, and then he missed 2 free throws. And I'm like, you're making too much damn money to shoot air balls and miss 2 free throws. Like that's the truth. They're a free throw, make the free throws. I know it's easier said than done. Obviously, I'm just a little blogger sitting here talking about it. Where's Thompson? Clay hit a dagger shot down the stretch there. But again, he only had 15 last night. He's still trying to figure it out and get back to his normal rhythm after all the injuries. I mean, he's scoring. I think the next thing that you got to look for with Clay is better on the defensive end of the floor. I don't see that right now. He always does it and comes in smart, be clutch. And Smart was really good. Jaylen Brown was beautiful on both sides of the ball. Jaylen Brown's really good. He always does it and comes in and drops the crazy shit. He's great. We'll win 2 rings maybe. Yeah, 3. Yeah, I mean, Jason Tatum, like, he's going to, like, he might look like Jason Tatum didn't play well. But based on what we've seen, I would go over on Tatum's points in the next game. I don't have the points total right now, but from what we see in the playoffs, it's a bad game from Jason Tatum followed by a really good game. I'm not saying he was bad last night. He orchestrated that offense. He was great with assists, but it's a bad game from Jason Tatum followed by a good game to Jason Tatum. Congrats to Boston. They were more enthusiastic yesterday. Yes, they were. They were a lot more enthusiastic. They found a way to win down the stretch. And you could see it even when they were showing the guys like mic'd up, like Marcus Smart all game chirping, saying, hey, let's just stay tough. Let's hang tough. We've been here before. We know how to come back. They did that last night. I was shocked. But when they cut the lead, I felt good about it. But after that third quarter, I'm like, here we go again. It's the third quarter. The Celtics team is dogs. I see them owning a couple seasons. They're very good. I mean, this team's built to win, especially if you can keep Jaylen and Jason on the same team. There were talks earlier in the season saying they were going to get traded and all that. That wasn't the case, right? They kept them together and they found a way to play together. 27.5. I would probably go over on 27.5 in the next game. I mean, what we've seen from Tatum is bad game, good game, bad game, good game. So I feel good about that. It depends if someone in the East makes a super team. Imagine if Embiid goes to the Heat. If Embiid went to the Heat, they'd be pretty damn good. The Heat are one player away from really being a talented team, right? There's a lot of teams that like the Mavericks. I know that's in the West, but the Mavericks are one player away from being a really, really talented team. The NBA is predicated on star power and superpower, and you need two guys really. You need at least two guys. Celtics have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and their role players are great. You look at the Warriors. It's almost a super team. Aren't the wave super teams aren't the wave, but again, that the more star power you have, you win games. That's the truth. NBA is predicated on star power. You think Big Al played big because excited for first appearance in the finals? Yeah, I mean, I think that definitely contributed to it. He's got his moment. I don't think he wants to let it go to waste. I've seen Al Horford up and down with points. Like I tell a story, he blew $1,000 parlay for me, to win $1,000 because it was in the Bucks series when he kept dropping points, and then he had 2 points one game and 3 points the next. Like he killed me there, but he can make shots. They pick each other up. There you go, Black Frank. I mean, that's true. The team builds chemistry and knows each other's flaws and strengths. Like they're playing together. They're playing really good basketball, and they're playing with a freaking chip on their shoulder. And I think that's the most dangerous thing when it comes to the Boston Celtics right now. It's like nobody gave them a shot last night. I mean, I know there were people out there, but a lot more people were on the Warriors. No one gave them a shot last night. Nobody said, hey, they can walk into Golden State and win game one. Golden State doesn't lose at home. All this blah, blah, blah bullshit. Bottom line is the Celtics are playing with the chip. They got a little dog in them. I saw a tweet from Barstool this morning. I think it was Barstool. And it was like a lung picture. It was like a lung and it had a dog in it. It's like, I got some dog in me. Like, that's the Celtics, man. That's the way they're playing right now. It's fun to watch. It's really fun to watch as better. It's really fun to watch as a fan. Like I've never had so much fun watching basketball in my life because this is just, I mean, this Celtics team is the definition of a true team. And it just the whole narrative that we've gotten throughout the year where it started with, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum can't get along and they can't coexist. And then Marcus Smart says y'all need to pass the ball a little more. And then just the transition of this team to actually becoming a true team. It's been so fun to watch. And I hope they can finish the job as a fan. I hope they can finish as a better. Now, will I probably be on the Warriors next game? I might. I got to see the spread. I haven't really looked at it yet. But the Warriors aren't going to go down with a fight by any means. I think +1.5 spread-wise for the Warriors is a good bet right now, -115. Bro, the Celtics taking it. Yankees, we beat y'all. Heat are better than the Celtics. Heat are not better than the Celtics. Udoka should get team of the year or coach of the year. I agree with that. He should definitely be up there for a $1,500 one. Now he didn't get it, but I agree. Udoka should be the guy. So, Monty Williams got it, which I still think that's a good play, but overall, I think Ime Udoka should have been the guy. We're still -184. Are you sure about that? Oh, in the next game, not for the series though. In the next game, they're -184. I'll pull it up right now. We can talk about it for a minute. NBA Finals here. Celtics +4.5 now, +154, over 215, -184. But for the series now, -170 for the Celtics. So that was a major shift. It was +130 up to -170. That's how the Tampa Bay Rangers game felt. The Tampa Bay Rangers game, we'll talk about that in a minute here. When we get into our picks for today, I'm going to have a little surprising pick for you guys. But yeah, it was a great game for the Celtics last night. We'll see what happens. Make sure you're ready for Saturday. I got some incoming big bags for us UFC dogs. We cash and love that. Love UFC plays. He literally turned around our team. At one point, we were 500 and we're now in the finals. Yeah, and Ime Udoka was getting a lot of crap early in the season because the Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum weren't coexisting, right? It's a co-dominant relationship. Usually one steps up, the other one falls behind. But the way they've learned to play together with Marcus Smart and the whole team coming together, Al Horford being big, Robert Williams down the stretch, you're getting guys like last night, Derek White. Like, how about Derek White last night? Sensational 21 points, I believe. But that it's not always Derek White. Sometimes it's Grant Williams. Sometimes it's Peyton Pritchard. Like someone steps up for this team. Tice had some big moments last night in that game, a couple big blocks. Like, it was just a total team effort, and that's what the Celtics are. I look at the Heat. I look at a team like the Heat, right? That's a total, team mentality. You buy into the team, right? But the Celtics have that team mentality, and they also have a lot of star power too, and that's a dangerous recipe. So I will likely be. I think Golden State -4.5 could be the move in game 2. I don't think Golden State goes down without a fight, obviously, but I'll save that for Sunday. We'll break that down a little bit more tomorrow, and then Sunday. Celtics battle tested Warriors had a cakewalk to the finals, 100% Celtics in 6. I think the Celtics need to get the job done. Warriors will cover. Tatum goes for 30. I do think Tatum has a big game. I would go big on Tatum's point total just because, again, it's bad game, good game, bad game, good game. Second half defense. And the Celtics are dangerous, guys. If you're on the Warriors and you've been one of those guys that's saying, hey, Dubs in 5, like one of the like Senator Nick there, and there's a lot of people not saying Dubs will not win in 5. I'll tell you that. They will not win in 5. But if you're one of those people, saying Warriors are just a better team because they have the experience, they've been here before, I'd forget that narrative because the Celtics are here to play. That's the last thing I'll say about that. I am on the Rangers money line tonight. We'll roll through this. Oilers, I just want to say one thing about the Oilers last night. That was a stupid bet on my part. I apologize. It's not orange. It's the lighting, guys. That's why we're going to the studio. We're getting that professional lighting in here. I'm working makeshift right now. Come on now. Realistically, I think tough series. I like Warriors in 6. I think if the Warriors win, it's going to be in 7. I think if the Celtics get to 6, if the Celtics have a chance to close out in 6, they really need to close it out in 6 because it's going to be tough to go on the road and win in Game 7 in Golden State. But again, it's going to go 6 or 7 games. I can't see this going 5 by any means. I can't see it going 4. 4 would be insane. And NBA doesn't want that too. As you know, a lot of you guys think sports are rigged and the refs push games to keep them going. They call fouls. So I don't think it's going to go 4. That would be bad for the NBA. Okay. Oilers money line last night did not go our way. They lost 4-0. I'm going to say one thing, and I finally realized that the Oilers cannot play with the Colorado Avalanche. This could be a sweep realistically. Just the Avs shut down Connor McDavid last night. The backup goalie for the Avalanche was sensational. 24 pucks. He stopped 24 pucks, but he only had 24 shots to face. Like, you can't win like that if you're the Oilers. So I'm just going to move on from that. Rays Rangers, we had the under of 8.5 to start the day well. Corey Kluber had 1 earned over 6 innings. Curry averaged 30 for the series. I think Curry will be up there. Especially when you look at guys like, you look at Clay only dropping 15 last night. Jordan Poole didn't do anything off the bench. I think Curry's point total will go down slightly in some games because you're going to get the game where Clay steps up. I mean, Draymond had barely anything last night. Jordan Poole had nothing. It was really the Wiggins and Curry show. Clay doing 15, great, but that's still under his point total, right? He could be a 22 to 27 point guy. Depending on what happens. So I think Curry's point total will drop because there's going to be more room for others. He had the hot hand last night. I don't believe the Celtics can shoot like they did in the fourth quarter. 100% they can't. They need to play better defense on Curry. They can't rely on shooting 50%. They shot better from the three-point line than they did from the field. That's a little scary. Curry will not, because that's how Vegas keeps you guessing. There you go. I'm back. I need rent money again. Let's get you some rent money. So we're recapping yesterday, though. I hope you took Celtics +4 last night, BAP03. I hope you did, or Moneyline if you had some balls. I didn't have those. I just took Celtics +4 last night, but still hit. Corey Kluber, 1 earned over 6 inning, game stay under. Wiggins has been consistent. Yeah. Mets Dodgers over 8.5 obviously didn't work out. The Mets had a bad night of the play. Tony Gonsolin was really good. Cardinals Cubs under 8.5. Matthew Liberatore gave up 4 earned, 3 homers over 3.1 innings. You're not going to get games going under with that. But we did hit Braves run line against the Rockies. They won 13-6. Braves had 18 hits and they were 9 of 19 with runners in scoring position. So that one was too easy. His hopped on, but yes, sir. CS up. Mets don't lose 2 in a row. No, Mets are great today. I would hammer the Mets coming back. They haven't lost 2 in a row since the first. If they've lost 2 in a row, I don't think they've lost 2 in a row since the first week of the season. I think Mets +132 is not a bad bet there. I will probably include that on my card today. It's not on my original card, but when you see what the Mets have done, it's pretty impressive. Chris Bassett on the mound against Anderson. Mets just didn't hit yesterday, so we'll see what they can do coming off that first. It's going to be a little adversity for them, because yesterday they didn't hit, right? They got to come back and hit, and we haven't seen that yet. Is Dodgers burning their jerseys yet? Dodgers got the win yesterday. Guys, just because they lost, just because they got swept by the Pirates, it is what it is, right? You're going to get swept by bad teams. It's baseball. There's 162 games, guys. Imagine if football played 162 games. First of all, there would be people that would be dead, but imagine if football played 162 games. Don't you think the Patriots, or I'll just say the Patriots, I'm a Patriots fan. Let's just say, don't you think the Buccaneers, the Rams would lose to the Jets? If the Rams and Jets played 19 times in a season, 19, let's go off baseball. How many times do you think the Jets are going to beat the Rams? Probably a few, right? You're going to have a bad stretch. It's the way it is. Royals money line. I'm not on the Royals today. I'm on the other side of it with the Astros. All right, let's get into it. Real quick here, going to be a little quicker show, quicker picks version of the show, guys. We spent a lot of time talking about NBA. We got to get on the road here. I appreciate everyone joining me early, though, so let's keep going here. Lightning versus Rangers. I got Rangers on the money line tonight. Rams lost to the Jets a couple years ago when the Rams were dominating Yeah, and again, you're gonna have bad games no matter what team you are in sports. Like there's always a game in the NFL too. I can't wait for NFL season, but there's always a game in the NFL when a bad team loses to a good team. Look what happens when an FCS school beats an FBS school, right? That should never happen, but it does, guys. Sports, anything can happen. Dodgers can lose 3 of the Pirates over 162 games. They'll be fine. Lightning versus Rangers. Now, that whole Vasilevsky undefeated streak, I'm done with that. Like, I think that ends tonight. The Rangers scored 6 times on 34 shots in game 1. They seem to have their way with Vasilevsky. And we look at what Vasilevsky's done. Let's limit the Florida Panthers series. Let's limit it. Don't you think over in the Rangers is a better choice? Yeah, but for plus money, I'll take the Rangers. The over is actually plus money too. But again, you also could do it on the flip side and say, okay, Igor's been fantastic in the net. Vasilevsky hasn't lost haven't lost 2 in a row in the playoffs. He should be money tonight, right? We don't have UFC yet. We'll say that for the weekend, but he should be money in the net tonight. You could go under on that as well. So I'm just going to go Rangers money line. I think the Rangers are a better team. Igor has been fantastic in the net. I'm going to read some Igor stats to you right now. 3-0 versus Lightning this season, 1.3 goals allowed per game average. He's 21-6 at home this season with 1.85 goals allowed per game average. Igor will keep this team in the game. And if we look at what Vasilevsky's done, let's look at his body of work outside of the Florida Panthers series. He was not great against Toronto, and he started off in this Rangers series not great. And when the wheels came off, they continued to spiral for Vasilevsky. What's he going to do tonight? He's got a legit attack coming at him. He doesn't have this Florida Panthers team. I think Florida was a great team, obviously. I don't think Florida was his battle test. I don't think Florida was ready for that moment. I think the Lightning caught them by surprise. But the Rangers are hungry. And I said it yesterday, an underdog is a hungry dog, and hungry dogs run faster. Aging Tampa Bay showing. Yeah, and I'm not going to say Tampa Bay's getting old by any means. I mean, but the bottom line is, guys, you know how hard it is to win 2 cups in a row and then go back and do it a third time? You're bound to lose at some point, right? I do think the Rangers are ready for this moment here. Igor's been fantastic. Igor's going to keep them in the game. And when I look at Vasilevsky, like I said, obviously he's fantastic. He could pitch a shutout tonight, and it wouldn't surprise me. But I go back to this Toronto series, and he wasn't very good. And then I go back to yesterday or 2 days ago, right? He wasn't very good. I look at the Florida Panthers series. He had 4 great games. But in Toronto, even when he came back after a loss, it wasn't because he pitched a shutout and he was fantastic. It was because their offense scored. So if Igor is protecting the net, if Igor's playing the way he's been playing overall, I got to go with the Rangers at plus 114. Rangers at home is too easy not to sprinkle money on the Rangers. 100% agree. Hammered the Dodgers yesterday, 5K. Love that. Congrats on the win. Point out for the series is a big problem. Yeah, I agree with that as well. I do agree with that as well. And on top of that, too, it's going to come down to Vasilevsky because he's got to be even better with Braden Point out. And on top of that, it's Rangers money line. It's all I got to go with. They're at home. My opinion might change again when we get back to Tampa Bay. But right now, New York at home with Igor, he's been fantastic. Ride with it. Don't make it more complicated than it is. I'm taking that streak away. And we're going to ride with it. Losing Human to Edmonton, too. Edmonton sucks. Hyman. Okay. Edmonton is the worst hockey team in America right now to me. I'm done with Edmonton. They can know. I have given up on the belief that they can play with the Colorado Avalanche. And I think many people have as well after last night. That was despicable effort out of them. 24 shots on goal, really. Okay. So now we got what happened, honestly, to Golden State. We did a 30-minute rant to start their 20-minute rant to start the show at the beginning. But honestly, the Celtics were hungrier. They made shots down the stretch. They played great defense. And there was really only one guy that beat Boston last night. It was Steph Curry. Other than that, Andrew Wiggins had a great night. But other than that, nobody else really stepped up for Golden State. And when you look at the Celtics, how many guys stepped up? Marcus Smart stepped up. Jaylen Brown stepped up. Jason Tatum orchestrated it all with his assist game. I wish he would have scored a little more. But he orchestrated it all. You look at off the bench, Al Horford stepped up. But you look at off the bench, it was White last night, Derek White. In the past, it's been Peyton Pritchard. In the past, it's been Grant Williams. Those guys were quiet. But you look at what You look at what Derek White did last night, it was fantastic. What's the updated series price? So Celtics are minus 170, I believe, and um, Golden State is plus 140. I think my favorite bet out of that, though, is Golden State plus 1.5 for series spread. I think that could be a good bet at minus 115. But again, the Celtics minus 170, no value there. You had to jump on that early. You had to believe in it early at plus 130, I believe. And you know what? It's not too long ago that I see the Celtics were a plus 1,000 in Game 5 against the Bucks. Going into Game 5, they were plus 1,000 to win the NBA Finals. So again, the Celtics team is playing as a team. They're very talented. They're stepping up. Like different guys are taking different turns stepping up. So I got to go with that. Crazy shit. Yeah, 100%. Mashumut, Celtics are winning Game 2. And you know what? I think you're going to get more production out of Jason Tatum. I don't know what side of the equation I'm going to be on for Game 2 yet. I haven't really looked. I haven't worried about it. Warriors in trouble if secondary players don't produce at home. 100%. Like, you can't get nothing out of Draymond. Draymond was doing some stupid stuff last night. Like, why is Draymond going coast to coast? Draymond, you don't go coast to coast. Why? Draymond's going to shoot. Draymond's shooting three-pointers, like contested three-pointers. You're not going to make those, man. Marcus Smart, what? Marcus Smart was fantastic. Marcus Smart was very good. He did a good job defending Curry at times last night. I thought there were moments where the Celtics didn't play good defense on Curry. Obviously, a lot of those shots he hit early from three-point land were wide open, so they got to do a better job of that. But again, Marcus Smart made some dagger shots down the stretch. It was Derek White, Al Horford, and Marcus Smart in the fourth quarter, and Jaylen Brown orchestrated it. I want to see Jaylen Brown be a little more aggressive. Okay, let's keep going here. Baseball. Nationals versus Reds. Moneyline. Mike Minor making his first start of the year. Jaylen Brown, there you go. Got to love it. Reputable arm. He's going to pitch against Josiah Gray. Anytime Josiah Gray is on the mound, I bet the other side. He's 5-4 on the season, so I got to give him that. But 5.08 ERA, 1.36 WHIP. He's allowed 13 homers over 51 innings, guys. The Reds have hit 12 more homers than the Nationals this season. I think this makes the difference. Cincinnati won 8-1 yesterday, and Washington's riding a 4-game losing streak. So that's one that you want to check out there. Washington on a 4-game losing streak right now. Bet the other side. That's my take there. Keep going here, guys. Let's see. Every time Draymond pulls a three, I just have to laugh. Like there's times when Draymond shouldn't be shooting 3-pointer. When you have time left on the shot clock, Draymond shouldn't be shooting a contested 3-pointer. You really shouldn't. My boy lost huge same game parlay because Tatum missed his total by 0.5 point. His rebound total, or what total was that? Because his point total, he was way off from, unless he did an alternate. But yeah, it was not a good night for Jason Tatum. Besides the assist game, if you bet him on the assist, you were money. If you didn't take the assist, you had a rough night. And his PRA was way off, probably because the assists were there, but the points and the rebounds weren't. Big Al was boating green. Big Al was so good last night, so good. I think it was points. He did alternate. Gotcha. So we got Reds money line there, minus 134 tonight. Juiced a little bit. I'm not afraid to take it, though, with the Reds. They're playing very good baseball right now. And Nationals aren't hitting. So with that being said, I got to trust Mike Minor making his first start against the year against a guy like Josiah Gray, who gives up a lot of homers. Let's go C's. There we go, Jordan. Let's go C's. Astros money line versus the Royals. Jose Urquidy is on the mound. He's struggled 4-2 record. But he's got a 4.8 and a 1.58 whip. This is why the Astros aren't like minus 170 today, because Urquidy's on the mound. He has not been great. I'm not going to lie about that. He's going to pitch against Brady Singer, 2-0 with a 2.49 and a 0.99 whip. It's only over 25 innings, though. The workload isn't huge. And here's the thing. A lot of people are fade the Astros, but I'll say this right now. Do we think Brady Singer is that good? And he could be. He could shove today. I'm not going to say he isn't, but do we think Brady Singer is the man? Because he's only pitched against the Mariners. He's done 2 against the White Sox and 2 against the Twins. And as we know, the White Sox are not good at hitting the baseball right now. The Twins are not great at hitting the baseball right now. And the Mariners don't hit the baseball. So he hasn't really faced anyone in that 25 innings for me to be afraid of. The Astros are going to be a different beast for him. I'm willing to lay the 134 today. Do you post your lives anywhere so I can go back and listen? Yes, YouTube. Always on YouTube. Every day we're on YouTube. So we're co-streaming. We're on TikTok and YouTube right now. So you can go back, listen on that. 3 Team Parlay Sports on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. Link is in the bio. And also at 4:30 today, 4:30, big interview coming with my guy, Jack. Jack is the tattoo guy. Jack Bienvenu, tattoo guy, Boston Celtics 2022 world champions. He's blown up. ESPN's covering it, Fox covering it, Bleacher Report's covering it. We actually did a video with him at Bucks Game 7 that blew up. So that's what we're having him on the show. 4:30 special show, guys. That's probably only going to be on YouTube, but I might do a little something on TikTok as well. So I just want you to be able to see him when he's on there. So 4:30, we're going to be live. Please tune in for that, guys. It should be a fun show. Ask him questions. Ask him why the hell he got a 2022 World Champions tattoo on March 21st. It should be a lot of fun there. It's not going to be really a betting show. We're just going to talk Celtics. We're going to talk about the series and the game, and then also, talk about the tattoo, obviously. Under 6.5, San Diego, Milwaukee. See, I think that total was low enough where I'm willing to take a risk to go over. I stayed away from it, but at 6.5, I always go over. I don't care if, Joe Musgrove's on the mound against Corbin Burns. I'm going to go over on that. With that being said, though, I'm staying away from it because both pitchers can shove. It could be a 2-1 game. The Padres' offense is questionable right now. The Brewers do strike out a lot. So it's probably one that you want to stay away from, in my opinion. I think there's better bets on the board than that. Okay, Astros money line, we got that. So Brady Singer, I don't think he gets the job done by any means today. 2-0, 249.99 whip, but he's faced the Mariners, White Sox, and Twins. So that gives us an advantage if you're the Astros have hit 64 home runs compared to the Royals at 34. Their ERA is a 2.84 for the Astros, team ERA. The Royals have a 5.09 and the Whip's a 1.12 compared to a 1.49. So the statistical advantages are there for the Astros as long as they can get to Brady Singer a little bit, but we will see, obviously. Then we'll go Red Sox versus the Athletics here. I like the Red Sox on the run line today at plus 115. I know the Red Sox have been up and down, but the bottom line is they can hit the ball. They've shown they can hit the ball. The Athletics don't hit the ball. Nathan Eovaldi is going to pitch for Boston. He's 2-2 with a 3.77 and a 1.12. He is, though, the ace. Best 2 to 3 MLB parlay. If you haven't already, you blessed me yesterday with Rays and Braves. There you go. Love that. I'll get you something after this. Let me just get through my next 2 picks. Receiver, teacher. I have 2 more left, and then we'll rock with it. 2-2, 3.77, 1.12. He is the ace. He's going to pitch against James Caprillion. He's 0-2 with a 5.93 and a 1.35 whip. Caprillion's got a good name. Obviously, I don't know if he's going to be the guy, though, there for long. He's struggling a little bit. The A's are one of the worst hitting teams in baseball. They have a team OBP of 278. The Red Sox have a team OBP of 316. And keep in mind, they really didn't start hitting until a couple games ago, or 10, 15 games ago. So Boston should be able to get runs on the board. They're almost at 500 record. They're almost there. I think they're going to get there soon. And once they do, it could be ball game. They could start playing a lot better and a lot more consistent. I look at what they did against the Reds. Obviously, the Reds gave it to them a couple games, but when you look at the workload, right, they still won. They still had hit the ball great in their past 10 games before they got shut out by the Reds. So you got to give them some credit there. This baseball, it's a long season. It's 162 games. You can't be mad a team doesn't hit one game. I know it sucks as a bettor, but that's just the way it is. So I like Red Sox run line there. I got a comment in here from Alex. What's up, Alex? Sorry we're a little earlier today. I know you're one of the usuals. I know it's an earlier show, but we'll be early tomorrow, early the next day, and then we'll be back regular time starting on Tuesday, Sunday, and then Sunday will be 10 a.m. Monday will be at 8. Great call on Celtics +4. I appreciate that, Alex. I really do. It was a good game. They came back. They came alive late. So it was definitely a magical night for the Celtics for sure. I'm down bad. We'll try. Hey, dude, I need a lock. I'm down bad. Story's coming alive. We'll try to get you a lock here. Again, I always say, guys, you want a lock, go to Home Depot. Don't be the guy that asks, is this bet guaranteed? I know there's a lot of people on TikTok that kind of paint this narrative that betting's guaranteed. There's nothing guaranteed in betting, but I'll try to get you my best bet of the day. I learned that from one of my mentors, I'd say, in this industry. It's I used to say lock, here's my guaranteed winner. And he's like, don't do that because people get very upset when it doesn't. So here, I'll give you my best bets. And then receiver teacher, I got you for a 2-team parlay right after this. So the Pirates swept the Dodgers. D-backs Pirates over 7.5. The Pirates coming off a sweep of the Dodgers. They're hitting like an offensive juggernaut. They got to a lot of good pitchers for the Los Angeles Dodgers. They got to their bullpen. Arizona also hits a lot of homers. Merrill Kelly's going to pitch for Arizona, 3-3 with a 3.67 and a 1.35 whip. He's going to throw against JT Brubaker, who's 0-4 with a 4.15 ERA and a 1.38 whip. Between the Pirates homers and the D-backs ability to hit in their recent games, or Pirates' ability to hit in their recent games and the D-backs homers, I got to ride with it. So we're going to go over 7.5. So the full list of plays for me today, I might add in Mets money line. I am not sure about that just because they are so good after a loss. I'm going to stay away from that right now, though. So I have, let's see here. Lightning, Rangers. I have Rangers money line tonight plus 114. Reds money line, Astros money line, Red Sox run line, and then D-backs Pirates over 7.5. So that's what we're going with. My Warriors team total almost didn't hit. Well, yeah, I mean they, and I know I'm sure ever too. Beginning, you're like, oh, it's going to hit with these the way Steph Curry's playing. Then he has no points in the second half, and then they blow up in the fourth quarter, or no points in the second quarter, and then they blow up in the fourth quarter. But at least a hit for you. Putting 100 on Mets, Yankees, and Rangers. There you go. New York Rangers or Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers. They have the Mariners today with Dunning on the mound. Anyways, my favorite MLB bets, receiver teacher. You want a two-legger. Safe travels, T. Can't wait for the interview, kid. Clip it. I'll clip it. Don't worry, coach. I already got the plan. I'm gonna say we found you because of my producer. My producer found you, and he said, "Hey, we got to go get an interview with that kid. What's your plays for today?" We just read them off here, but Rangers money line, Reds money line, Astros money line, Red Sox run line, Dodgers or D-backs Pirates over 7.5. That's what we're going with. Yankees run line under in the Mariners Rangers under is 8. See, the Rangers have been hitting the baseball a little bit at times. Like they've had some boom performances. Dunning and Gilbert can both give up runs. At 8, that one scares me a little bit. But again, I don't hate it. I would probably rather go under than over for sure. But my favorite bets today, receiver teacher. I'll give you my favorite underdog money line play. If I had to pick an underdog money line play, I don't have this, but probably the Mets at plus 132, just because they don't lose back-to-back games. They've been that team that doesn't lose. At Bassett on the mound against Anderson. That's a good matchup for the Mets. But my favorite two-teamer, double your money. I do like the Boston Red Sox against the Oakland A's tonight. You could take a money line. Astros, people are a little bit afraid of that. I feel good about it, but I like the Astros. And then, honestly, you take the Yankees. That doubles your. If you went Red Sox Yankees, you're at plus 102 on the money line. If you go Red Sox Yankees run line, you're going to be at like plus 256. So I think Red Sox Yankees could be good for some people today. Again, though, on the run line at minus 164, if you're playing that as a straight, there's no point in doing that for the New York Yankees. I think it's way too juiced. We've learned our lesson with the Dodgers, right? You don't want to play a juiced run line because it's tough to win by 2 runs in Major League Baseball. So if you want to double your money, you could go Red Sox, and then I like the Braves. You could go Red Sox and Astros. I mean, I'm high on the Red Sox. I'm high on the Astros. I'm high on the Reds. So I think those would be my 3. I like the Red Sox, and the Reds will probably be my two favorite, and that's going to go plus 172. This is the Yankees we talking about. Don't overreact, buddy. I'm not talking about this is Major League Baseball, okay? You're really gonna bet. I'm not saying it's a parlay piece, but if you're a serious bettor putting down serious cash on the New York Yankees on the run line at minus 164 in Major League Baseball with 162 games, there's a problem with that. We saw it with the Dodgers. The Dodgers got beat 3 times by the Pirates. This is the Dodgers we're talking about. I'm not disrespecting the Yankees. I think the Yankees are and a parlay, that's one thing. But again, too, like, what the hell's the point, guys? Like, what is the point of putting the New York Yankees at minus 360 today? Because I'll tell you what, let me pair them with the New York Mets, right? You're only at plus 196 on a 2-legger. Trent picked the Dodgers. If Trent picked the Dodgers, you can't go. If Trent picked the Dodgers, I guess you go with the Mets. But all this narrative about Trent, working for the books, that's not true, guys. Like, he doesn't work for the books. He doesn't tell you what to pick. Nobody knows what's going to happen in these games. I think Mets is a good bet today coming off the loss. Red Sox, Yankees, Astros, and Reds in a parlay. Let's ride. I'm saying for the Pirates. Oh, yeah, Trent picked the yeah, well, yeah, but you can't say, okay, so if Trent picks the Yankees today, would you go with the Yankees? I mean, everyone picked the Dodgers. It wasn't just Trent picking the Dodgers against the Pirates. Like, there were very few tickets out there that featured the Pirates. Featured the Pirates, right? The Dodgers. No, I wouldn't. There you go. Yeah. So, and honestly, I'd go with the Yankees today too. I think the Yankees are going to win big, but like, if I'm giving you a pick, why am I going to say Yankee? Hey, like, it's like some of these TikTok guys. Hey, Yankees money line free bet lock of the day minus 360. Like, that doesn't do anything for you guys. He picked Warriors and Celtics won. Okay. Well, Trent's, that's why he's the fade god though. But that's why he's the fade god. But I wouldn't just go. I'd go with what you like. I wouldn't go off your gut. I mean, Trent usually picks heavy favorites. I love Trent. I think his content's great, but he picks favorites usually. So you can't, if the favorites lose, it gets more notice. He's also got 360,000 followers on TikTok, right? So you're going to notice his losses a lot more than other people that might be better fade gods. So I love Trent. I think his content's great. Um, so I think he's done a great job growing his following on TikTok and all that. So just because Trent picks a team doesn't mean I'm afraid of them by any means. Brewers winning World Series. No, I think the Brewers are trash. Honestly, they will not get out of the National League with the Mets and the Dodgers. Hell, I think the Cardinals beat them in a 7-game series. Honestly, with freaking Matthew Liberatore on the mound. I don't think much of the Brewers. I never have. They don't seem to convert when it matters. We've seen it for a long time. There's a reason they haven't been in the World Series. Listen, there's a reason they've had loaded teams and they haven't. Bro, come on. What do you mean, bro? Come on. Am I lying? I'm just stating the facts. You think the Brewers are going to get past the Dodgers? You think the Brewers are going to get past the Mets? You think the Brewers are going to get past the freaking Braves, maybe even? The Braves start to figure it out? I don't think so. The Brewers play in the freaking Cupcake Central. I mean, the Cardinals are a better team than the Brewers. I don't think much of the Cardinals. They ain't going to get it. Listen, the Brewers have lost me some money, so I'm not going to sit here and say this, but they strike out way too much. They don't hit with the pressure on, and their pitching staff's very good. Like they win off pitching. Last year, the Brewers came out of nowhere with their pitching, and this year, I think people are starting to catch up to it a little bit. Pirates are obviously winning the World Series. Yeah, I had the Pirates to win the World Series. Future bet on them. No, I'm just kidding about that. But the Brewers aren't going to do anything. I'll tell you that. Like, I just don't. They get to the playoffs and they don't win because they're not battle tested. Same thing we saw with the White Sox last year, honestly. Like the White Sox, they're playing the freaking Cupcake American League Central. Both Central divisions are not good. Like the American League Central, the National League Central, they're not good. Let's talk base. We can talk divisions. I like doing this. It'll be standings. Okay. The AL Central. The Twins lead the AL Central. All right. The Twins. The Guardians are next. The Guardians don't hit the baseball. The Whites, and they're 2 games under 500. The White Sox are not playing good. Obviously, they got some injuries. The Tigers are suck, and the Royals suck. Let's go to the NL Central. The Brewers, the Cardinals, those are the 2 best teams in that division, obviously. The Pirates, the Cubs, and the Reds. It's not a good division, guys. It's not. Oilers or Avs tomorrow. I'll probably be on the Avs. I got to see, though, why the Reds and Pirates winning right now. I don't know. They're figuring out, they're finding ways to win. That's what it comes down to. They're finding ways to win. Reds winning the NL Central. Wouldn't that be something? Boston in 6. I sure hope so. I think it's going to be more of a 7-game series. I think Boston can win in 6. I think if it goes to Golden State, I'm not saying Boston can't win in 7, but it's going to be very difficult for them. I think they need to find a way to get the job done in 6. And granted, I think overall Boston's a better team. And I saw last night, I think Boston's a better team. Obviously, they shot a lot better from the field. They were better from the 3-point line than they were from the field. But they're still a better team, in my opinion. Just because you're going off experience and all that, it doesn't matter. The Warriors are Steph Curry. The Warriors are Steph Curry because Draymond is up and down. Wiggins is consistently good. Yes, I'll say that. But then Clay is still not the Clay that we know before all these injuries. And then if you don't get any production from Jordan Poole off the bench, you're in trouble when you look at what the Celtics. I mean, Derek White, who expect Derek White to drop 21 points last night? And that's what the Celtics have been rotating, who steps up off the bench. They've been very, very good with their stars. So I'm ready for it. I came for the White, the guy that said Derek White under 20 points, Kevin Hernandez. That's funny. I remember that comment yesterday, but it didn't really hit with me because I'm like, Derek White, like it's Derek White. Like you don't know what you're going to get from Derek White. So that was pretty funny. Under 21's rough. Or under 20 is rough because they're at 21. Make some money on game 1. Hopefully Tatum can put up 35 next game. I think I'm going to go over on Tatum's point total next game. Derek White has never reached his full potential. Hey guys, Derek White, he was a D2 kid. He didn't have any offers. He was a D2 kid. Nobody knew about him. I think he just got to the league. I think he just paid off his student debt from D2. He transferred to Arkansas. Where did he transferred to an FBS or not? Going off football. He transferred to a Division I school for his final season. He was like an undrafted free agent. Like he's been unreal. I know I'm late, but I remember when I said Horford and Smart. Horford and Smart were huge last night. You did a great job there. Horford and Smart were huge. He was fantastic in San Antonio. Game, Derek White has never reached full potential. Game 2 or 3, Warriors will get an injury in the finals versus Toronto and cost them the finals again. Yeah, I saw a graphic on Derek White the other day, which is, his background going from like D2 to like he just paid off his debt. Let's see here. Okay, so he was drafted first overall, or drafted in first round. Okay, so he went to high school, whatever. He went to a D2 school. He transferred to Colorado. He's a round one, 29th overall pick to the Spurs. With the Spurs 2017 to 2022. He was with the Austin Spurs in the G League 2018. And he's been with the Celtics 2022 there. So, I mean, he's a D2 kid. He came from D2. That's pretty impressive stuff with him. I mean, he's been money off the bench. The Celtics have a really good bench right now. And, overall, like we were talking about the Heat, yes, the Heat had the better bench in that series, but like, you don't know what you're going to get out of Derek White. You don't know what you're going to get out of Grant Williams. You don't know what you're going to get out of Peyton Pritchard. Like any one of those guys could go off. Even Tice was played pretty well last night when he was in the game. So you have a lot of options there. And when Tatum's playing well, which didn't happen last night, when Marcus Smart, when Jaylen Brown's playing well, it's going to be a very, very good night for the Boston Celtics. Any other questions, guys? Throw them in the chat. If not, we're going to sign off here. We're going to begin the long route to Texas today. 4:30 Eastern time. Then we're going to take a break. We're going to interview Jack Bienvenu, tattoo guy, Boston Celtics 2022 world champ. So make sure you tune in for that. That'll be on YouTube, guys, most likely solely on YouTube. So make sure you go over, subscribe to YouTube. 4:30. It's already scheduled. Go check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun to talk to him about Celtics, talk to him about the tattoo. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on TikTok, Discord. Join Discord right now if you're not in it. And then make sure you get your merch coming soon. Links in the bio on TikTok, links in the description on YouTube. So any other questions, guys, throw them in the chat. If not, we will sign off here. Hope everyone has a great day. Hope everyone wins some money. Should be a good one, guys. Any other questions? I'll stay on for another 30 seconds. Throw them in the chat. If not, we'll sign off. Oh, Eric Kovac's got one. Blue Jays under here. Missed that. Blue Jays under 9.5. I'd probably play the under on that. Blue Jays came live late yesterday, but I'd probably play the under on that. Have you posted a video of your picks? I have not posted a video of my picks yet. Those will be up in a minute here. I'm going to do that right before I leave. I'm mad I missed the show. Hey, you go back to YouTube, though. You can watch the show. You can watch it live, right? Or watch the replay right on YouTube. So you got that right there. So go over to YouTube, subscribe. And again, 4:30 today, Team Parlay Sports just joined. I saw that. Hey, your prophecy came to fruition. We have Jack Bienvenu on the show. At 4:30 p.m. special bet the day segment. We're just going to talk Celtics, talk about the viral tattoo and all that. So make sure you check that out. 4:30 p.m. Eastern live. Come talk to him. Come interact with him. So can't wait for that. But yeah, great show, guys. I appreciate it. A lot of people got on this morning, surprisingly early. 8 a.m. East Coast time. We had guys on the West Coast at 5 a.m. on here. So I do appreciate that. Bet the day going to the moon, guys. We'll be down in Texas beginning Tuesday for Tuesday's show. So we'll have a lot of fun content planned, watch along, live streams, all that good stuff. So we're ready to go. You got some dirt on your sweatshirt, LOL. No, I don't. I think you're just making fun of the Red Sox, and I don't appreciate that. But anyways, guys, we'll sign off here, and we will see you tomorrow for another episode of Bet the Day. All the times, the updated times for the next few days will be posted on TikTok. So thanks, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Try not to miss a safe travels, brother. Appreciate it, man.